Hello, I'm probably riding my bike. It's a hazy spring morning with some special goods in tow. My calico flat white probably riding shirts. Special deliveries for some friends. Making the shirt was a really fun project, which I couldn't have imagined doing a few years ago. Nowadays I feel so much more energetic and more driven than before. And I think a big part of that is that I stopped drinking over a year ago now. I made a video last year about 4 months in to no drinking, and I'll probably be repeating a few points that I made in that video. But I thought it would be nice to share an update over a year later. I wasn't planning on it being a permanent thing. I never imagined that I'd actually stop completely. But I do feel so much better, and it genuinely is life-changing to stop. Last year I had single drinks on two separate occasions. And both times I thought it would be amazing and refreshing to have a beer or a glass of wine. But actually I didn't enjoy either of them very much. They just made me feel kind of sluggish and tired. So it was after the second one that I just decided I don't need this anymore. I'm much happier without it. So becoming sober wasn't really a sudden decision, more of a slow burn. And stopping completely just made things much easier. I never had to think about whether I wanted one or not, or worry about turning down anyone. Now I can just confidently say, no thanks. Although I'm making a video about it, and it is a big thing to me, I don't want it to be a big thing to other people. I still want to be able to hang out, and them not feel comfortable about me not drinking. I don't bring it up unless they do. But nowadays I'm not really going out at night much anyway. I'm going for morning coffees, so I'm rarely in that situation. And talking about morning coffees, I'm on my way to one now. At one of my favourite new cafes, Town Pond in Shindangdong. I've arrived just when they open, first customer of the day. I love the quiet peacefulness of a Korean cafe on a weekend morning. I was away on a work trip last weekend, so I'm enjoying some much needed alone time after 12 days in a row of working and being with other people. A glorious flat white with beans roasted from Dark Edition, of course. And it was nice to have the warmer spring morning and the door open, bringing some fresh, cool air in. I really enjoyed the alone time in a quiet cafe with a glorious coffee. But I love meeting my friends too.
안녕.
Some foreigners in Korea find it hard to make local friends, but I'm lucky to have a solid group. Especially lucky that they like riding bikes too. A lot of my friends nowadays don't really drink either, so it's never an issue that I don't. We prefer to meet up in the morning, ride bikes, drink coffee, and eat some delicious food. We're on our way to eat some curry for brunch, really. Find yourself some friends who'll come and eat curry with you at 11 in the morning. In my 20s, I met most of my friends on nights out through partying, which is perfectly fun and fine to do in your 20s. Probably the best thing to do. And I still love a lot of those friends. But what we had in common was getting drunk together. And maybe when we see each other outside of that, we realise we don't have as much in common as we thought. It doesn't mean I love them less or think any less of them. Nowadays, I don't only make friends through bikes, but majority of my friends do ride bikes. It's nice to have common interests like coffee, food, clothes, bikes, rather than just drinking. The best curry in Seoul is Everest Restaurant in Dongdaemun. It's been around for a long time, one of the stalwarts. Being from the UK and having such amazing options for curry, when I first moved to Korea, I was missing it and was lucky to have a friend to bring me to Everest Restaurant. Lovely, friendly service, incredible range of curries, and some of the best garlic naan I've had in my life. Truly glorious. I was enjoying it so much that I forgot to take any evidence of the trail of clean bowls that we left. I get some funny reactions when I tell people that I've stopped drinking. People assume that you've had a huge problem or hit rock bottom, which wasn't the case for me. I wasn't drinking that often, really. But occasionally when I did, I would overdo it. In the UK and I think in Korea too, no one really questions getting blackout drunk. But thinking about it, it's kind of an insane thing to do. I think the worst part was wrapped up in your duvet the next morning in your cringe cocoon, worrying about something you might have said or done. The reality is you probably didn't do anything wrong, and other people wouldn't even remember anyway. But I got tired of feeling anxious and wasting my weekends being hungover. So I didn't stop because things were particularly bad, but I thought it could be much better. I feel it's one of the best decisions I've ever made for my mental clarity, energy, and overall well-being. Also, it feels quite empowering to have control over this part of my life. You could empower yourself over anything, such as quitting smoking, stepping away from social media, stopping impulsive shopping, whatever kind of vice you feel like you might have. No one's perfect, and you can't stop everything, but choosing something and taking control of that is very empowering for me. I've also noticed a big difference in my bank balance as well. Drinking's expensive. Of course, there are the health benefits too. I feel like I'm sleeping better. My skin is better, my hair is healthier. Just generally feel stronger. I have more mental clarity, I think. And I don't think I would have been able to make a video every week if I was still partying on the weekends. I feel more focused in my day job and have the energy to do things after that, such as collaborating with my friends and making hats and shirts. Back to friends. I feel like I have a stronger sense of who I am and they know me better because I'm not showing a version of me that's more confident and drunk. I'm just showing the real me, and I'm happy that they can still have fun with me. With meeting new people as well, I feel more confident to do it without the social lubrication of alcohol. Before going to parties, I used to have a couple of drinks to warm myself up, because sometimes I can feel anxious meeting new people, especially if it's going to be a big group. That anxiety, now I don't drink at all, doesn't really come up. I'm not really worried about meeting new people. I actually enjoy it. I just feel more confident and self-assured, just showing myself. I didn't mention in the video yet, but today is actually my birthday. I usually don't do anything for my birthday. I like to keep it low-key and quiet. I'm not even very old, but as I get older, birthdays mean less. And I always feel kind of melancholy sometimes, with the time passing so quickly. But today I felt like doing something and seeing some friends, so I invited a small group out for curry and coffee. Little did I know that my wife and friends had other plans. My amazing wife organised a little surprise party for me at HBC Coffee. A room full of introverts, a very awkward birthday song. I never know what to do when people are singing happy birthday. I think they couldn't tell how happy I was because I was suppressing the tears. Maybe I should have just let them out. But I was feeling so grateful to have such a wonderful wife and friends. And some awesome bike gifts. Completed my main goal for the day to deliver the Probably Riding flat white calico shirts. It was funny to see everyone wearing matching shirts. A truly glorious birthday, one of the best I've had for years. I should probably be less antisocial on my birthdays in the future, and maybe try and celebrate myself a bit more, and surround myself with people I love. Since I made my video last time, after 4 months of not drinking, a few people had messaged me saying they were thinking of doing it too. Some friends as well were on the same boat. I definitely recommend trying it out if you're considering it. Don't just do it for 1 month. Do it for at least 3 or 4, and then you'll really feel the difference. Even if you don't stop completely after that, I think it will help reset your mind and your relationship with alcohol. I still have other things that I'd like to improve about myself, but you can't tackle them all at the same time. So now I stopped drinking, got to think about the next thing that I want to focus on. Small steps are the best way. Also, riding bikes can replace a lot of those things. If I didn't have the joy of riding bikes and the community that comes with it, I don't think I would have stopped completely. They truly are the best thing for your physical health and your mental health too. Maybe riding a bike through this busy area is not the best thing for my mental health. But you could turn it into a challenge and try to enjoy it. It's nice to see the streets full of people enjoying the spring weather. One more thing. If you're considering stopping drinking, I think it's good to share it with other people and have that moral support. After publishing this video, there's probably going to be loads of things I wish I said. But for now, I'll stop there. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. See you later.